Hello, and welcome back to Starcraft 2. I am Zoronden, and you are tuned into another fan game sent in to Zoronden at gmail.com. Today's combatant in the top right corner, Synaris, or Synaris? Pretty sure it's Synaris. Anyways, he's going to be playing Protoss, and in the bottom, still kinda right centery, but more left than Synaris, is the blue Terran Rattleskirt. And this is going to be a matchup on Antigua Shipyard. Yes, indeed. And I thought I had what league this was. Unfortunately, I don't. So, Mystery League. Anyways, let's watch as these two guys go head-to-head and see who comes out on top. Hopefully we'll have a entertaining and action-packed match. I'm actually currently checking to see if I do indeed have what league this is. That's why I'm not doing anything at the moment. But I don't have what league it is, so unfortunately I do not have that. If the player who sent in this game, I'm not going to say who it is, just not to spoil it, but if you could send me what league this was, I will throw that in the YouTube annotations. Or not annotations, but the tips. Not the tips. I don't know what I'm saying. The information down below, I'll add that in. Anyways, let's check out as these guys head. I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, Synaris is out with his scouting probe, and that guy's going to take the long way around and going to run into two empty bases before he indeed does find the Rattleskirt. Don't tread on me, as it were. Synaris is throwing up his gateway as well as his second pylon. Continuing, obviously, to probe up, as it were. Rattleskirt is going off on his wall-in. Neither player opting for that fast expand. Rattleskirt apparently long-range mining here. He's clearly saving up for an expansion, which should be going down. Indeed, there it is. So Rattleskirt does go for a fast expand. Obviously not a command center into command center fast expand, but that is typical out of the Terran. We never really see that. However, Protoss has definitely chosen not to do that, as he has now grabbed his cybernetics core, as well as throwing a pylon up near the front. So we're going to need to keep an eye on that. We could see some sort of 4-gate or perhaps a robo rush. So we'll definitely keep an eye on that, and if he is doing some sort of robo play, he's probably going to want his second gas. Again, another thing to watch, but he indeed has gotten one early gas. As you can see, Rattleskirt has no gas at the moment, obviously with an expand going up as well. And it looks like Synaris does indeed come in here with his probe. Fortunately, he is not going to get much information, only sees a bunker as well as a few Marines up. So that is unfortunate for him. However, Rattleskirt has not yet found Synaris. This SCV here is obviously going to find it. Will this Stalker and Zealot be in place, though, to stop that? And will he spot the expand that is now going up for Synaris? Ooh, he may not have. That was a very, very close action, but he indeed just barely nicked that gateway, or nexus, so he indeed knows that's going up as well. So, a little bit more information gleamed by Rattleskirt, obviously finding that expansion, and that is something good to know about. And obviously Synaris just slightly missing out on this expand, but typically if you see a bunker here with some Marines, you can assume he is expanding or expanded and is defending that. So, that's just some typical basic things you can assume. Obviously, he is not happy with that assumption, though, and wants some more scouting. But he knows there's a bunker there. There's obviously 5 Marines now. He's going to get some rude interference. And actually, it looks like he might have been going for a proxy pylon, but those Marines have disrupted that plan, making that probe go all the way downtown to Dead Town. Yeah! We're just going to continue on with that. And he's going to set up a proxy sort of spy observer pylon-y thing over here. He can also warp on the low ground with that, which is a nice option. It serves as a pseudo proxy pylon. And I assume warp gate is done. Yes, indeed it is. Throwing up that robo that I thought he would. So a early one base, not a quick expand, but it was a, you know, he did it around the 5-minute mark, and he now has that robo up, so we should see some. Wow, check that out. He has it queued up right into Rattleskirt's base, and with that queue up, I would almost expect a Colossus, some sort of strange, not super fast Colossus rush. I don't mean strange, but just not a really fast one. Then again, it could be an Immortal, and he's just plans to back it up properly with his units, or an Observer, which makes much more sense than all the crap I was saying. So ignore everything I was saying and pretend I was saying he was building an Observer, because that makes sense. Anyways, he's going to chrono out that OBS, and it is definitely going to head down there because of that waypoint and scout out Rattleskirt's base, and I believe he has no turrets up. Does not even have, well, he does have an eBay. So he'll be able to get some turrets up if he deems that necessary. Actually, he is indeed building one at his front door, just for a little bit of detection in case some DTs or something try to sneak in, or indeed an OBS. And it is actually going to get detected and sniped off. So a nice payoff for Rattleskirt. An unexpected turn of events there. He did not let that rally point go all the way for that OBS. And here comes the second one, which should be a little smarter and get in there and do some spying. And, you know, tell him that there's a starport there. Because that's always good to know. Any information about the production facilities of your enemy is always beneficial. Alright, so we do have a fourth gate coming up. Fifth gate as well. Some tech, or not tech, but it's tech, it's research, it's tech. Whatever, we got some research coming out by Synaris. So far, nothing out of that robo. I expected some Colossus or an Immortal or something. But just 3 OBS so far. Obviously, one of them is dead. Is it just 3? Yeah, just 3 so far. I was hoping he didn't produce 4 or more. That's a lot of OBS. Now, it looks like the wall off by Rattleskirt has indeed completed, or at least is near completion. Quite a few supply depots going down for him at the moment. Again, typically you don't want to build 3 supply depots at once. I will always forgive 2 just to get a little bit ahead. But typically avoid 3. That is wasting money that could be going into a Marine, an SCV, a couple Marines actually, you know, a Hellion, whatever the case may be. You could get that into some attacking units instead of just an extra supply depot that you could build later down the road. And you never know, a couple Marines could be the difference in saving your base with an attack. So always spend that money a little wiser. You don't need 40 extra food or 30 extra food in the meantime. And does that OBS might have seen that drop. Obviously the Stalkers are going after that factory, and if he waits at the right time, the Stalkers are going to get out of position, and the drop is going to have a little bit extra time. Here comes the drop. Actually, it's already dropped. They're going to scan and snipe out that OBS, and he loads right back up. And does he go for the attack right away? He has actually pulled that factory out, not willing to lose it right away. A warp in of an extra Stalker, and he's actually up to 8 gates now. So, actually just 7. Math! He's up to 7 gates. Another OBS down here, obviously. I just heard something big blow up. I think that was a cancellation of something. It was a salvage of bunkers. So it looks like Rattleskirt is ready to go in. He's going to probably do a drop-off right here. Unfortunately, Synaris is indeed obviously going to detect that. He knows it's coming here. He's not going to do the drop just yet. He actually just wanted to snipe that pylon off, which isn't a terrible idea. And here comes Synaris' army. Can he stop Rattleskirt? Synaris' army definitely looks a little more powerful here, especially with those couple Archons and Zealots as well, which have charge. Obviously going to cause a serious ball of issues for those Marines, and not very many Marauders, is it? It's 4 Marauders, I think. Which obviously now the army is split up. He's taking less Marauders in with this drop. He's dropping again. He's really indecisive with what he wants to do here. Obviously, picking off those OBS has been somewhat effective, but you're not going to win a war by killing the things that can't shoot at you. So he needs to definitely get a little bit of load up and go for this. He needs to build some more supply depots, which I don't see on the way now. Yeah, production tab is up. So at one point he's supply blocked and builds 3 supply depots when he only needs 1 or 2, and now he's just not building them, and actually lost an entire medevac of units, which unsupply blocked him very nicely. That's one way to do it, I guess. And Synaris really wants this expansion. He's popping down some pylons. Fortunately, his army has moved out of position. And Zarkon is trying to do his best. He does indeed pull that back, and the Zealots are going to charge in. And are they going to snipe that Stalker? No, they are not. And this wasn't a Stalker, it was an Archon. But a nice little defend there by Synaris. Synaris, not Synaris. Frankly, a bad attack by Rattleskirt. That was quite a waste. But we are missing a massive attack going on in the natural, or the main rather, here. Quite effective, as most of Synaris' army has been pulled away. He's going to snipe this assimilator off very easily. I don't know why he bothered to target. Here come all the charged Zealots, as well as a few sentries. A nice storm going down on the bulk of the army here. They don't take too much damage, but it is a decent amount of damage. Obviously, the Archon now moving in. Another storm going to go down? No, not enough energy to do that. No, it gets sniped off. That is unfortunate. But Rattleskirt's entire army is plowed out, and actually he does indeed escape with 2 Marines. However, 2 of the medevacs are severely damaged. Lucky didn't load the units up into those. They might have gotten stopped. Sniped. Excuse me there. I had to yawn in the middle of the cast. That is bad to do. Apologize for that. Some more obs up by Synaris, obviously doing a lot of scouting. He has bought a lot of obs in this game, but frankly, they're keeping his eye on the battlefield, and he has done quite well to defend, even in that one on the main. He did not lose too many units. Obviously lost an assimilator, but that's not a big loss. And this is, wow, that is a lot of Zealots. I do not know if Synaris is having some gas issues or what the case may be, but he has built so many Zealots, and look at him go to work here. Let's bring that HUD down, as this is a wide-ranging battle. And an all-in by Rattleskirt. He has brought out all the SCVs. Can they hold up? And the storms completely liquefy the entire army of Rattleskirt. Completely disgusting, completely winning Synaris by those clutch storms. Holy crap, completely liquefying Rattleskirt's army. And talk about a win by... I'm so flustered right now. I don't even know how to bring up my HUD again. There it is. Rattleskirt completely wasted by storms. Synaris won that battle and indeed the game on those storms. Not that either player would have lost or won that battle had it played out without storm, but Synaris won on those amazing storms. I am so happy to have seen that. That was a brilliant, brilliant set of storms by Synaris. Well played. Good game. Synaris is indeed the fan that sent in this game. I want to thank him for that. That was fun to cast, at least at the end there. It's a lot of fun. And if you want your games casted by me, you can send those in to Zoronden@gmail.com. That is in the information below. I want to thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all on the other side.